So I finally get to talk about The Lighthouse. I actually got a chance to see this film a little early at a film festival through my school, but I really wanted to have a second viewing under my belt before I talked about it. And that second viewing really just enhanced the experience that much more for me. And as you could probably already guess, I think the film is incredible. I should also briefly mention that there will be no spoilers throughout my review. I think it's imperative to the experience that you actually go in not knowing anything. So this review will not really get into any specifics and really just speak in the broadest of strokes. I was a fan of The Witch. I think most people kind of love that film a bit more than I do, but what I can say is for a first film, it's incredibly sure-handed and well-crafted, and I was really excited to see where this director's career was going to go. And I don't know what the consensus is just yet, but I gotta say, for me personally, I think The Lighthouse is the superior film. There's so much to praise about it that I legitimately don't know where to begin. I'll start with what I hear most people talking about, and that's the performances. I think both Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson deliver career best performances in this movie. They're both so committed and unflinching, and their performances feel alive and real, and it shows in every aspect of their character. And Robert Pattinson does great, and really offers a great counterbalance to Willem Dafoe, but god damn, Willem Dafoe is incredible in this film. I don't care about the Oscars, but give that man an Oscar right now. I promise you, there's not going to be a better performance this year. There's just not. There's not. I'm telling you, definitively. The research that went into their language and their dialect, even their accent, is a big part of it. If you've seen The Witch, then you probably already know that Robert Eggers likes to definitely do thorough research and work with his actors closely to develop an era-accurate dialogue. The Lighthouse is no different, and I think it pays off immensely. It also makes great use of its aspect ratio. As you probably noticed in the trailer footage and all the talk around it, it's presented in an interesting, almost square-like 1:19:1 aspect ratio, and the film perfectly weaponizes this format in making you feel claustrophobic and confined. It really builds that atmosphere of feeling desolate and trapped on the island with those characters. It also makes great use of the black and white. The lighting, or more specifically the shadows, are so well used in the film and give you the sense of unease and almost make the images feel transformative. There's some shots of Willem Dafoe's face that are just so striking. One of my other favorite aspects of the movie is the sound. I haven't heard much praise for it, but the sound design in this movie is amazing. I also want to briefly talk about the story, without spoiling anything, of course. The story is one that I think works both as a narrative and on a thematic level. The movie will keep you unsure as to what's going on and what's going to happen, while also giving you plenty to work with and a lot to dissect. This is definitely one of those films that's going to be open to your own interpretation, and I think it greatly benefits from repeated viewings as well. My complaints for The Lighthouse are genuinely so few and far between. There is legitimately just one shot in the whole film that I don't like, as well as one line that I didn't care for. Besides that, I guess my only other thing would be some of the accents might be a little bit difficult to understand. This will vary person to person. My first screening had subtitles, so I didn't have to think about it, but my second screening did not. And I noticed it a little bit more on the second viewing. And that's actually, you would expect it to be Willem Dafoe's character, but I actually had some moments where I had a harder time hearing and understanding Robert Pattinson's character. But as far as complaints, I think that's it. In case I haven't made it overwhelmingly clear at this point, I absolutely loved The Lighthouse, and I can honestly say that I think it's a masterpiece. The movie is bizarre and unflinching and filled with dread, but also funny. It's meticulously crafted and masterfully shot, filled with striking imagery and commanding performances. I truly could not recommend the film enough, and I'm going to give The Lighthouse a 9 out of 10. I'm cheating again. I'm probably going to give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm just giving it some time. So for now, it sits at a 9, same as Parasite, until I give it a 10 later on. Anyway, that's going to do it for me sucking off Robert Eggers for 4 minutes straight, but if you appreciate anything you heard here, if you like film or you like film criticism, I'm going to be continuing to cover all sorts of movies here on my channel, and it would legitimately mean the world to me if you could hit the subscribe button, or even just the like button. And until next time, take care of yourself.